They tried to evict me from my own house, so I made sure they lost theirs. It all started when the new HOA president, a guy named Martin, decided he didn't like me. I'd lived in this neighborhood for over 20 years, paid off my mortgage, kept my lawn trimmed, never caused a problem. But Martin, he was one of those people who thought a clipboard made him king. First, it was, your trash bins are visible from the street. Then, your shutters need repainting. Petty little violations that didn't matter to anyone but him. I fixed them anyway. I wasn't looking for a fight. But then came the letter, Notice of Intent to Foreclose. According to Martin, I owed nearly $12,000 in unpaid HOA fees. Funny thing, I'd paid every bill on time. I had the receipts. But Martin claimed my payments had been misapplied. His buddies on the HOA board backed him up. They wanted me gone. Why? Because developers had their eye on my property. My house sat on the largest corner lot in the neighborhood. Tear it down, and they could squeeze in 2 new homes worth a fortune. I was standing in their way. For weeks, I fought it. Sent letters, showed proof. Nothing mattered. They scheduled a hearing to finalize the foreclosure. That's when I stopped playing defense. See, what Martin didn't know is that I work in real estate law, and I know exactly how sloppy most HOAs are with their filings. So I spent a few late nights combing through county records. And oh, did I find something? Turns out, 10 years ago, when the HOA renewed its incorporation status, they filed the wrong paperwork. They were registered as a social club, not a homeowners association, which meant every fine, every lien, every fee they'd charged since then, completely unenforceable. I didn't just bring this up at my hearing, I brought it up in court. My attorney filed a motion, not only to dismiss the foreclosure, but to dissolve the HOA entirely. The judge reviewed the documents, looked over the evidence, and ruled in my favor. Effective immediately, our HOA no longer legally existed. Their bylaws, void. Their fines, canceled. Their bank account, frozen until the mess was sorted out. Martin went pale right there in the courtroom. His power evaporated in seconds. All those fines he'd been using to fund his little neighborhood improvement projects, gone. The lawsuit exposed that he'd even been skimming money from the HOA fund to pay his own property taxes. Within a week, he was facing charges for fraud and embezzlement. And here's the best part. Because Martin had taken out a personal loan against his house using his HOA president's salary as income, the bank called it fraudulent. They foreclosed on him instead. 1 month after trying to kick me out of my home, Martin's house was the one with a foreclosure sign out front. The neighbors, who had quietly resented his power trips for years, celebrated. People held barbecues in their front yards without violation notices taped to their doors. Kids chalked up the sidewalks without getting yelled at. For the first time in years, the neighborhood actually felt like a neighborhood. As for me, I still live in my corner lot. My house is paid off. If you want to hear mechanic revenge story check related video.